Alright, for people who are putting a strobe tail light on their Yamaha Stryker, because there's no videos for it on YouTube currently, this is how we did it. We got this thing from Amazon, and I guess I'll put the link in the bio, but it's a strobe for cars or Yamaha Stryker or any bike really that has an LED light. And it has a positive and a negative wire going in and a positive and negative wire going out. So what you're going to want to do is, different years have different color wires. So you're going to want to test with your key on the plug thingy right there, unplug it, and then put your tester in there and find which one does nothing at all when the motorcycle key ignition is on, and then also does nothing when you click the brake. And then you're going to find the one that only turns your tester on when you click the brake. And you're going to want to attach your negative to the one that does nothing at all, and you're going to want to attach the positive to the one that does only when you click the brake. And you're going to want the inside, so let me grab it here. You're going to want the side that says voltage in going into the battery, and you're going to want the voltage outside going to the tail light. So as you can see here, we have it underneath this plastic part, but it comes, the outsides are going that way to the white plug, because that white plug leads to the battery. So the voltage is coming out of the battery and then going into the tail light. So we have the in ones going into the tail light. So you just cut the wires and splice it in there, pretty much. Now we're going to crimp it. You should solder it, but this is just a video to explain because there is none, and I had to struggle to figure it out. And there's no wiring charts for this bike either. I can't find any on Google. So I guess I'll show you what it looks like when we're done. Alright, so just taped it all back together. Got them all crimped together. So now we just plug this back in, and you're doing this all while the key's off. Make sure you have the key off so you don't shock yourself or nothing. And then put your fender back on. I guess I'll explain how to do that too. But anyways, yep, you're going to want to put in these two bolts again. Also for this thing, it just has a sticky pad you stick on the back. If you're doing the same thing as I am, you're definitely going to want to clean it up before you stick it. Because, excuse me, it's not going to stick. Yeah, here's the sticky pad. So I've got to go inside and get like a Clorox wipe. But yeah, go back and do all the bolts that you have to do. Right there it is, yep. And I think there's just 4 on this. Anyways, you're going to have to take off the fender. Without taking off the fender, it's just really hard. I mean, that's all it is to it. There's no space to work, and they don't give you like a lot of wire to play with. So you kind of have to take off the fender and work with what you got, really. This is really hard to do with the front of my hand. But yeah, put these bolts back in. Put the bolts back in, and now I'm gonna have to put this back on the bike, and I'm not holding a phone while I do that. I almost actually forgot to put this on, so I just cleaned it with literally just water. Basically, it used to look like that, now it looks like this. So now you're just gonna put your sticky pad on the back of this and plop that puppy on there. Alright, I got it stuck on there. It ain't going nowhere. Now I'm gonna put the fender back on. But yeah, if you ever kind of forget how stuff goes back on the bike, like for say the seat mount, look at what is on the bottom of the seat and how it attaches, and that can tell you. Also, take pictures before you take stuff apart. That's my first mistake. So now I'm gonna like torque this down because it holds the freaking seat on I want it to stay on. Next that goes on is gonna be these. I couldn't figure out how to get off that plastic thing, and I didn't want to break it because I think it's one of them like snap off things, so I just let it hang. Yeah. And these ones I think are the 12s. 13s, I can never get it right. I just cleaned this bike and put a ceramic coating on it. And I'm getting it all fingerprinted up by working on it here. But yeah, so you just put them puppies back on. Yeah, I gotta do the other side. Alright, last thing I think, if I'm remembering correctly, is put this back on if you did try and get to the wiring harness. Yeah, these two things right here. Slide those grooves in that way on there. And then you have a screw on this side that goes in. And it's a non-tampering, so you have to have a star bit like that with a hole in it. Because as you can see, it has a little hole there. Field focus. Well, a little like pin sticking up there. Why won't it focus? Oh, you see that. Alright, so after you have that stuff back together, it's pretty much just put the seat back on. Make sure it still works. So, just idling, or just the key on anyways. The taillight should be on. I'll set the phone so you can see here. When I hit the brake, it should flash 4 times fast, 4 times slow, and then go back to just regular bright. There you have it. And then when I release prematurely, it should just go back to normal. And there you have it. So now, taillight's back on. Everything's working. Just gotta put your seat back on and rub off all your fingerprints you put on the bike after you just freaking cleaned it. Seat's pretty easy. I can't even, how the heck am I gonna show this? Okay, this works, I guess. So for the seat, for this model in particularly, you wanna get the back clip, this one first, you slide it in that way, and then you're gonna pull it backwards and slip it in this way, and then smash down the front. So I'm gonna put that clip in, put it down, and slide it back. And here you click, and then you push right here. And then your seat's on. It's gonna be a little wobbly. I don't like that, but that's how it is. It makes me feel like it's not in, but it actually is. But yeah, so now it should be done. Should be done. The whole reason I made this video is because there is no videos of how to do this for this bike, or there's a video of a guy with this bike and he did the same exact thing I ordered, the strobe, but like the same exact model and everything, but he didn't show how to put it on, and I was confused because I'm not a mechanic. I don't know how to do these things. So luckily I have my dad here to help me. So now you know how to do it.